Greetings one and all from near and far. This is the voice of reggae royalty Zana Romeo, representing for Brite Lite Promotions. Love, respect, guidance and protection all the time.
Brite Lite Promotions, Joe C. Rock Madden in the house today. Sentinel Sound, aka the German Luger. Say what's up, introduce yourself to Brite Lite.
Well, I'm ALLGI, Selector MC on Sentinel, the German Luger, der verlasst I'm from Stuttgart, Germany. Yeah,
Okay.
the new recruit.
Okay, like you said, the new recruit. I know you in New York for Bass Odyssey, Jamaica's Sound Festival, New York edition. But before we touch on that, let's talk about you for a minute.
Yeah.
Before you came onto Sentinel Sound, what sound were you playing?
Well, that sound was quite small. It was called Hashafire, and it was a country sound from the hills of Bavaria. Nobody really knew it. It was just in Europe. There was audios from us, and that's how Elmer knew my name, because I guess he thought I was juggling quite well. So
Yeah, what were you doing on that sound that
I was doing everything.
you caught Elmer's attention? You were playing on a smaller sound. Were you juggling, clashing?
Yeah, juggling, and I was doing promotions, and like I said, I come from a little town in the hills of Bavaria, like 800 people living there, and I used to do dances with Tony Matterhorn, and I brought BS Odyssey to my place, Blonde Posse, even Addis, but that was the tour where they didn't show up in Europe, but I brought all those big sounds to my place.
Okay.
Release audios, and I was on that audio as well as a selector, as an MC, and that's where I caught the attention of some of the bigger names.
Okay, and Bavaria is in what country in Europe?
In Germany,
Okay.
and it's in the very south.
Okay, now you pointed out that it's a different part of Germany. Where is Sentinel Sound based in Germany?
Yeah, Sentinel comes from Stuttgart. It's in the south as well, but it's more in the western part. And yeah, and I come from the very south. It's like by car 2 hours away from my place.
Okay, so now are you still in that town, or are you based in Stuttgart now?
No, I'm not based in Stuttgart. I live still in my place.
Okay, so you're just making it happen from 2 hours away with Sentinel.
Yeah.
Okay, the move to Sentinel now. What would you say that did for your career?
Yeah, it was a very big step for myself, for my career, because before that I was just juggling around Bavaria. Just as a little sound was the sound that I was playing. So it was like that step was immense.
Okay, and what year was this that you joined Sentinel Sound?
Well, that was in 2012.
Okay, now when you joined Sentinel Sound, it's well documented that Shatta Paul and Meska left Sentinel Sound.
Yeah.
Were you on Sentinel Sound with them, or did you come after they left?
No, there was the split and all those controversy and everything, and it was months after that I came back to Sentinel.
Okay.
That I joined Sentinel.
Okay, and despite the controversy that you just touched on, I noticed that you guys are still playing together now. So
Yeah.
I guess the relationship between Jugglers, the new sound that Meska and Shatta Paul is on, and Sentinel is a good relationship.
Yeah, as far as the new generation of Sentinel is concerned, I don't want to talk about Elma and Nadia. That is their business with Shatta Paul and Meska. But we, as the new generation on Sentinel, our relationship with Meska and Paul is very good.
Okay, okay. Now, as far as you coming on to Sentinel Sound, at that point in time, I would say that Sentinel and Supersonic was the preeminent sounds in Europe.
Yeah.
Within the past 2 years, we've had a bunch of new sounds coming forward. I would say Magash, Ice Shanks re-emerging on the scene, Warrior. Where do you see Sentinel in this mix? Even though you guys are not clashing, do you think you're actually ready to jump in and compete with these sounds? Do you think that you are on the same level as these sounds, even though you're not clashing at the moment?
Well, it's hard to say if we are on the same level when it comes to clash. I don't really know. We gotta next year we try to come back to the arena. nothing confirmed yet, but we're still negotiating and thing. But I would say when it comes to juggling, we are definitely on that level because we tour all over Europe every weekend. Yeah, and clash-wise, let's see what 2016 brings.
Okay, we're going to touch back on the clashing for 2016 in a moment. Juggling, I would say that I have noticed Sentinel being the most active European sound as far as juggling dates. Since you've joined the sound,
yeah.
where are some of the places that joining Sentinel sound has taken you?
Well, basically all over Europe, the UK, we've been to Antigua, twice in Israel, Jamaica, right now in New York, and in 2 weeks we're going on a tour in Brazil for 2 weeks.
Okay. You're going to be touring Brazil in 2 weeks. That's real huge because I would say hardcore dancehall sounds haven't gotten that opportunity. So I see Sentinel, besides calling yourself the German Luger, you also say you travel in the name of reggae.
Yeah.
So I see you guys spreading that across the globe.
Yeah.
Brazil is next, 2 weeks, October.
Yeah.
Brazil tour. Look out for that. As far as the sound now, you've been keeping the name alive without clashing.
Yeah.
Juggling, and also with a lot of mixes online. Where can people go online to find Sentinel mixes, and tell us some of the mixes that you have out right now?
Well, you gotta log on soundcloud.com/sentinelzone. That's where you find everything. We got a new reggae mixtape out there, a lovers mix. You can find some mixes that were made before we even joined the sound. We just re-upped the mixtape that Father Uli, one of the background people on Sentinel, did 10 years ago. We have some artist mixes out there with European artist Raphael, and just last week we released an album with the Jamaican artist Conqueror. Yeah, and you find live audios and dub plate mixes, everything on SoundCloud.
Okay, now I noticed the dub plate, the mix from Conqueror, the promotional package that you have together. How did that come about? You being a German sound, finding, because Conqueror is an unknown Jamaican artist.
Yeah.
How did that come about that you have a relationship with an unknown Jamaican artist and you're doing mixes from Germany?
Well, Conqueror, the artist, he's touring very much. And like I said, he's quite unknown, but yeah, I guess people are really underestimating that guy, and because he's really, really talented. And when he was touring in Germany, I guess 2 years ago, he was doing an interview with Reggaeville, and somehow he became the host for the rest of the festival, interviewing other artists and sounds, and he was interviewing us, and that's where we met him. And the next selector, or the next MC on Sentinel, ALLGI, the me and juggling MC on Sentinel, he had quite a good vibe with the youth, and then I guess they texted on Facebook, whatever. They just stood in contact.
Okay, big up Munchie in Reggaeville, spreading the reggae music as well. Okay, now 2 years ago you met this artist at Reggaeville. Yeah. Also, 2 years ago, I know you played the Bass Odyssey edition of the Sound System anniversary.
Yeah, last year.
Okay, last year. That was your first time playing in Jamaica?
Yeah, it was my first time playing in Jamaica, yeah.
Okay, and how was that experience? How does it differ from playing in Europe, and how was it for your first time playing in Jamaica?
It was great. First of all, it was the first time going there and playing music, and we were there like for 1 week, I guess, and we were staying at Father Keith's house, hanging out with the Bass Odyssey family every day. And it was not only the anniversary that we played 4 dances, some country dances, then a dance in ALLGI, and the anniversary, and then the next country dance. So it was 4 dances, and yeah, each dance was different. The country dance was real hardcore juggling, then the club show was more like a jiggy vibe, and then there was the big anniversary, and we were very well received, I would say. And it's very different from playing in Europe because, yeah, juggling in Europe is totally different than in Jamaica or I guess in the States.
Okay, we're gonna get back to the juggling in Europe and how it differs, but staying on the topic of Bass Odyssey, you guys have formed a relationship with Bass Odyssey. You play a lot of dates with Bass Odyssey. As a new selector on Sentinel, is there anything that you're picking up from these dates playing alongside Bass Odyssey? Does it get competitive at times? And do you think it's preparing you for future events, playing alongside Bass Odyssey that often?
Well, it's not really getting competitive in terms of somebody throws word at each other and things, but of course when two sounds line up, I'm playing mainly doublets. At the end of the day, it's people saying, okay, you took that dance, you took that. That was the case in Jamaica because it was Bass Odyssey, Charo, we, Stone Love and Renaissance playing, and at the end of the day, people was saying, okay, you took that dance and you, and of course it's getting a little bit competitive, and I would say it's a very good training so you ain't get rusty, because if you're not really clashing but you still got the opportunity to pull out the doublets and play them in the dance.
Okay, so now you're playing these dates, you're competitively juggling with Bass Odyssey, moving into 2016. If the promoters got their money right, we're gonna see Sentinel back on the clash scene.
Yeah.
Okay, with that being said, let's talk about the European clash scene for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Who are some of the sounds that you think now going into 2016 Sentinel would be looking at if a promoter's interested in matching you up with a clash? Who do you think is performing on that level?
Well, basically, I would say all those leading sounds in Europe, if the money's right and we can work it out with the promoter the right way, we're gonna take every clash in 2016.
Okay, let me put it a different way. Who do you think is the #1 sound clash-wise in Europe right now?
Well, for me personally, I would say Magash.
Magash. Okay, big up to Alex.
Yeah.
Definitely a friend to the room. Okay. Hopefully, promoters, you're listening. Hopefully, if that chicken is right, we're going to get Sentinel, Magash at one of these big clashes next year in Europe. Okay. Apart from that, you're going to Brazil in 2 weeks. You're playing in New York tonight.
Yeah.
You seem very comfortable being in the juggling lane.
Yeah.
How often is Sentinel actually juggling?
Well, basically every weekend, most of the times Friday and Saturday.
Okay. And
sometimes even more because I'm not the main juggling MC on Sentinel. So Daniel and the next MC called ALLGI, they are doing most of the juggling, and I'm doing some juggling as well. So sometimes it's even 3 or 4 times we play in one weekend.
Okay, so you have more than one team playing on the same night in different locations.
Yeah, from time to time, usually not, but from time to time.
As far as social media, if people, fans, promoters, anybody want to reach out to contact Sentinel Sound, where can they find Sentinel Sound online on social media?
Well, everywhere, from Facebook to Twitter to SoundCloud, Instagram, email, just contact at sentinel.de. Everywhere, we are all over.
Okay, and on Facebook the page is Sentinel Sound.
Yeah, facebook.com/Sentinel Sound.
Okay, SoundCloud, Sentinel Sound as well.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to promote some of those mixes that you currently got on SoundCloud one more time for the fans?
Yeah, check out the Conqueror mixtape, the Raphael mixtape, definitely one of the wickedest artists in Europe right now. Check out the Lovers mixtape, and yeah, check out the Dancehall Foundation mixtape that Father Oli used to do in 2004, 2005. Yeah.
Okay, because this is what, 16, 17 years Sentinel is in the business now?
1998 the sound started, so it's 17 years.
Okay, 17 years in the business, Sentinel Sound, the German Luger. We're definitely looking forward to you guys getting back on the clash scene. looking forward to your performance tonight at the Bayside of Sea
Yeah.
New York Sound Festival. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we tune out?
Yeah, of course, the rest of the Sentinel family. Big up Elma and Nadia, anywhere you're there. And Alde, he's not here tonight because he got some shows to play in Germany. Daniel over there. And basically everybody who endorsed Sentinel. So, yeah.
Big up the Bayside of Sea crew again.
Yeah, of course, Bezadisi for taking us over here. Big up Yannick, big up Father Watford, big up Keefe, Damien, Worm, Lexi, Country Spang, everybody.
Okay. Brite Lite Promotions, Joe C. Rock Madden, Sentinel Sound, the German Luger, like you say, traveling in the name of reggae music.
Yeah.
Big up. I appreciate the love, fellas.
Thank you for talking to me.
All right.